up soon, so we need to get some extra bankroll to make sure that we can fund the next holiday season. So it's time for Week 12 Pick'em, brought to you by My OC Premium. And don't forget to head over to oddschecker.com and sign up for your very own My OC Premium account. For less than just $1 a day, you'll have access to our gambling experts, exclusive picks for NFL, MLB, college sports, NHL, UFC, NBA, golf, and so much more. Pat Mayo here with Ross Tucker, Pam Maldonado, and Brian Matthews, coming up of a 2-4 week. That's not good, but remember, this is hard. Sometimes you're not going to get them all right. We're going to try to do that this week, though, and we're going to start with Ross Tucker and his favorite play of the week.
I like a couple of teams that are getting 4 points this week, Pat. I'll start with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the Jaguars these days. They're coming off a bye. They've been playing better as of late. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with the Ravens offensively, but that was gross at home against the Carolina Panthers. They couldn't move the ball really at all. Demarcus Robinson is like their lead dog. They're not running it well. I wouldn't be shocked if the Jaguars win this game, but certainly if you're going to let me get 4 points, I'll take it. I think this is a close game. The Jaguars always play close games. They just don't win enough of them, but they're always in them. I think the Jags probably lose by 3. Bad for them, but good for me because I have the Jaguars getting 4 points.
I like it. So Jags +4. Pam, where are you going?
I'm looking to a total. I know a bunch of unders this week, but it's the NFL and I like the under. So Seahawks under 48 at home to the Raiders. Seahawks defense is improving as a unit. In the first 5 games, they were allowing an average of 31 points per game. In the last 5 games, the Seahawks defense is only allowing 17 points. That's a huge drastic difference. This team is a unit that is coming together. Defensively, 11 combined sacks in the last 2 at home. And Derek Carr, I mean, this is a Raiders offense that is still struggling to figure out what it is as a team. They don't know what their identity is right now. The Seahawks offense is heavily utilizing running back in Kenneth Walker right now, and the Raiders just can't find its identity, averaging only 15 points per game. I like the Seahawks at home with an improved defense. Give me the under on 48.
All right, so Brian, you're up on the wraparound here. Back-to-back picks, make them both winners.
All right, I'm going to start with, and this is hard for me to do each time I have to do this, but I will pick against the Browns this week. I'm going to go Tampa Bay -3. Look, I like the Bucs coming off a bye week. They've started to show a little bit more life. They burned me earlier this season, so in fact, they do owe me some money. Look, the Browns gave the Bills a really good run for their money. They kept it close the whole time. I just think that in this matchup, they're going to have a tough time doing that. Against the Bucs defense, they should be able to limit that. And whoever's out there, whether it's Leonard Fournette or Rachaad White, they've both proven to be capable backs. So I think the Browns are just going to have a tough time, not able to stop anybody really on defense, run or pass. And then my next one, look, this one was a struggle for me. It's just, I'm looking at this and I go, all right, New York Jets -4.5 here. I actually like this spot against the Bears. I think there's value in it. I know that Justin Fields is day-to-day. I think if he is, in fact, ruled out, that this will be a double-digit spread. That's not the only reason I'm picking it. It's their defense. They are giving up the 4th fewest yards per play. And overall, in the NFL, I do like the Jets defense. Yes, on offense, they were terrible. And Zach Wilson took no accountability for that. You can't go anywhere but up from there. So I like them there. And I also think, if Justin Fields doesn't play, this line does move exponentially.
I want to go back on that for a second. If Justin Fields doesn't play, he does have a separated left shoulder, which I think would limit his ability to run the ball, even if it's not his throwing arm. Probably don't want to take too many hits with a separated shoulder. Sure. Just my thought. I mean, maybe he's super tough, and I'm not. That's just the way that I think about things. He doesn't think about it that way. But if it is Trevor Siemian starting for the Browns, and you really think it would get to double-digit? Could the Jets cover a double-digit spread?
I don't know. I think that, look, if you have Trevor Siemian going against that Jets defense, the Jets defense might score more points than the Jets offense.
That's actually a pretty good way to look at it. I hadn't considered that. All right, Pam, what do you got for pick number 2?
Another under. I know I don't like, nobody likes to root for unders, but that is where value can be found. And I'm going with the Packers at the Eagles, under 46.5. The game script is out on how to contend against Philadelphia, and that is running the ball. The Eagles in the last 3 games, they have allowed 3 running backs at least 84 rushing yards. So the game plan for the Packers should be try to keep it on the ground. However, the running back for the Packers in Aaron Jones has 4 100-yard rushing games. Only 1 has been on the road. So my thought process is the Packers are actually going to have difficulty finding some ground game here. His home splits versus away are just pretty outstanding. 500 yards at home versus 275 on the road. So the Packers offense may struggle. Meanwhile, the Eagles, they are still not a second half producing team. 0 points scored in Philadelphia for Philadelphia in the third quarter of games in back-to-back games. No points scored in a quarter. Definitely helps for keeping points under the game total. So give me under 46.5.
Ross, we got one final play. Let's go 6 for 6 here. What is it?
Well, first of all, I will say this about Pam, who always finds a way to take a shot at the Eagles somehow, some way. They did score 2 touchdowns in the last 10 minutes of the game, Pam, which is in the second half.
Not the third quarter,
and that's
though.
how they won the game, by those 2 touchdowns in the last 10 minutes of the game. But I digress. Even when she's taking a total, she does it in a way that she gets a shot in on the Eagles. I'm going with the Falcons. You guys, if you're a loyal listener of the show or viewer or whatever, you know that I love getting 3.5 or 4 points. Love the value of getting just over the field goal in a game that I think could be a toss-up. So let's talk Falcons and Commanders. Commanders are playing well. Tip of the cap. They're doing a nice job. But the Falcons play close games every game. They're like the Jags. Every game for the Falcons comes down to a field goal. Maybe they win. Maybe they don't. Again, I don't care. I'm getting 4 points. It's going to be a close game. It's a toss-up game in my mind. Commanders probably a little bit better. They'll probably win by about a field goal. Give me the 4 for Atlanta, just like I took the 4 for Jacksonville.
Of note, Atlanta covered their 4.5 win total last week with their 5th win, in case anyone was wondering about how the Falcons were doing from the preseason futures. But Ross, many people gave thanks yesterday, but not me, because I'm not American. I did mine like 6 weeks ago. So what I'm giving thanks for is Tuck's teasers. What you got?
Yes, one of my favorite parts of the week. 2 for 2 last week again with my teasers. Let's go. I'll give you 4 teaser legs. You can pair them how you'd like. Not turkey legs, teaser legs. I'll go with the Titans, teasing them from 1.5 up to 7.5 against the Bengals. The Titans are home underdogs against the Bengals? Really? And the Titans, they're not going to get blown out by the Bengals. They just lost them in the playoffs. Tease the Titans up to 7.5. You're welcome. Carolina's playing Denver. Carolina's defense is good, and Denver can't score points. So if you can tease Carolina at home again from 2.5 up to 8.5, like I can right now, do it. I also very much like the Pittsburgh Steelers from 2.5 up to 8.5. The Colts are offensively challenged. I don't know what happened with the Steelers giving up 37 points to the Jamar Chase-less Bengals. I don't want to talk about it. In my mind, that never even happened because I had the Steelers +5. But they're not going to have it happen again. Take the Steelers up to +8.5 against the Colts. And if you want one more, just to be able to pair them 2 and 2, take the Eagles down to -1. Despite Pam's frustrations, the Eagles are going to win another football game. And if you tease them from -7 to -1, all they have to do is win the game.
Those are 4 games that you can tease together, thanks to Ross and Tuck's teasers, and that'll do it for us in Week 12. Hopefully, you've already had a profitable week. Let's make it even more special by having even more profit on the NFL this week. I want to thank Brian, Ross, and Pam for being here. I'm Pat Mayo. I'll see you next week. Before I let you go, I want to tell you about a couple ways to make some free and easy money. First off is a chance to win $500 on us just in time for the holiday season. All you got to do is subscribe to our YouTube page at OddsChecker-US, and you're automatically entered to win. If you want a second entry, comment on any recent video with the item at the top of your wish list. And we're feeling generous, so we have another giveaway going. It's a brand new PS5. To enter, go follow our Instagram page at OddsChecker-US, then click on our pinned post with the PS5 on it and like the picture. All that's left is to tag 3 of your friends and you're entered to win. So whether you want $500 or a PS5, OddsChecker is making it come true. So good luck. We'll talk to you next week.